So, Fulham nil, Manchester United 1. What a horrendous performance from both teams that was. Absolutely horrible, horrible performance. Absolutely no quality at the top end of the pitch. No creativity, no urgency, no real technical prowess from anybody. And I just feel like it's, if you want to look at Manchester United's problems, the biggest problems of all, take one good look at that performance. Look at the stats. The stats, even the stats. Usually you can say that a game's been good or bad from various instances by just looking at the stats. I can look at these stats and I can tell how absolutely dull, drab this game was. No quality, no real emphasis. I mean, Manchester United, for instance, had 0 corner kicks today, 4 attempts, 1 on target, 2 off goal, and then a blocked shot. Martinez's goal came off of a deflection, right? And you have to make your own luck. And Jesus Christ, we got lucky today. We got really lucky today. Ahmad's, the second goal from Ahmad, unfortunately, was offside. But overall, it's just like there is a serious issue because there's no way that we're going to get many more games, if any, where the opposition play without as much quality as that. Surely not. Surely not. Even Palace. Palace. I think it might be midweek. Is it midweek that we play Palace, or am I tripping? It might be FCSB. Yeah, FCSB away is the next game, so on Thursday, and then we'll play Palace on the Sunday the 2nd. So yeah, next weekend. Palace at home will not be as simple or as bad quality-wise of an opponent as Fulham were today. And despite that, we can say that we were very lucky, not just in the sense of the goal, but also not conceding this game. I think it's like 86th minute, thereabouts. Toby Collier, MVP, right exactly where he needed to be. I mean, he came on as a substitute and had a massive performance as far as an individual goes. And do you know what? I think for the midfield and defence, I think those two sectors of the team in the defensive capacity had a relatively good game. I think definitely stopped a lot from Fulham, but I just think overall quality wise, they weren't, heavily tested like other opponents will do, like they will be against Crystal Palace next weekend. And maybe FCSB might test that Man United defence a little bit more in midweek. But for me, the biggest issue wasn't defence or midfield today. It was just the 2 10s, the wing backs, and the striker. I mean, Højlund is just irrelevant at this point because when he plays, I mean, try and make it something out of this. Who's worse, Rasmus Højlund or Kai Havertz? Like, really, who is worse as a striker? Because Jesus Christ, I'd probably say Højlund's worse than Havertz, because Havertz isn't actually a striker. Højlund is, and Højlund somehow really pushes Havertz for ineffectiveness on a pitch. And I don't care about the age argument with Højlund. I really don't, because even at his age, with his inexperience, you know players at the very basic level have to do more than what Rasmus Højlund does. Like, you have to do more. So Toothless up top, absolutely toothless. And again, immediately play becomes better in possession when Xerxes is on the pitch. Even though we make no chances for him, the play is better. I saw a goal today from a wing back that played the attacking role perfectly. Emerson's goal against Aston Villa. When you get towards the opponent's box, utilize the extra man and the width. Even if you play two fullbacks as those wing backs, get them on their bikes and send it down and stretch the pitch, send them up the pitch. So you can play the cross, you can play cut back pass, whatever. There's always the option for the pass right across to the other side, the extra man. Because I mean, Amad Diallo against Southampton was the extra man, and every time he utilised being overlooked, he got into goal scoring positions every single time. And that's what the wing back should be doing. Amad Diallo's playing in the 10. On the right hand side, I think is where Dalot played. Dalot has got to be getting into those wide channels. You have to be. Even if the ball doesn't come to you, keep running in there non stop. Make it so blatantly obvious that the team are throwing, right? And that they're deliberately not passing to you to argue your case, if that is at all what's going on, which I don't think it is. So, why aren't the wing backs, being more proactive? So we've got a striker who's not proactive. We've got the two wing backs that are not non-proactive. I think the two tens are too reckless in possession. I mean, Garnacho trying to do flicks and shit. Like, what are you doing? Stop. Like, really, stop. Why are you doing back heels? Your team aren't winning. You're not in a comfortable position. Your team sat down at the time. We were sat in 15th place or 14th. And you're doing shit like that. I mean, come on. You're linked with an exit from the club, mate. Doing stuff like that tells me that you care more about yourself than you do this team. So definitely cut that shit out if you actually are serious about wanting to stay at this club. If not, then yeah, start putting on them Chelsea jerseys. I'll tell you one player who would probably do a better job, and a lot of the United fans are going start raving mad about it. Like, oh no, don't bring him here, don't bring him here. It's Christopher Nkunku. Play left side of the 10. I mean, he usually would play centrally as a 10, but play him in rather than like a false 9 or something like that. Play him slightly narrower out, like sort of in between, like a half winger type player in that 10. Can support both the striker and also, improve link up play with the wing backs, whoever that is. For me, I mean, imagine this: Nkunku is good with ball playing ability, and stick Alvaro Fernandez on that left wing back position, a very technical defensive wing back that's great in possession. That's immediately humongously improved the left hand side, hugely improved. And people will say injury prone with Christopher Nkunku, and I just say, well, hold on a second, we've got quite a few players that the current players that are injured at the moment are serial injury merchants, like a Reece James injury merchant. The two number 10s, I don't actually see that being an intense position on the pitch. The two number 8/6s, that's more intense. So I can see an injury occurring there. But in that space in the 10, right, where you've got the assistance for your striker and also your wing back, plus then also one of those two number 8s coming closer to you, you're not stretching yourself out that much. I can see probably a little bit more so for Chelsea because he's been played as like a striker, like a false 9 or something, rotation with Jackson, and that to me is a bit. I've got question marks about that. Sort of anything to get Cole Palmer more into the team. I don't necessarily agree with that. I think he's much more suitable to playing behind the striker in more creative spaces. He's got an eye for goal as well. Would be good with the shooting. And he's got a little bit of experience there, just a little bit of experience, and that would be important. And the best part about it is a loan deal. That we're weighing up a loan option. Mate, if you don't want to spend any money, go loan him in. Go loan him in. Yeah. Loan him in and spend 15 mil on a buyback clause for Alvaro Fernandez. Left side's fixed up immediately. Of course, you're going to want to sort out something a lot more long term for the summer. But, mate, we're cooked. We're fucking cooked at the moment. Just literally anything at this point. Well, not anything, but you get my drift. Anything that's perceived as an improvement, regardless of how big or small it is, anything that's an improvement, go for it. Because we're playing Mazraoui out on the left-hand side, left wing back, and it is not going well. It is not going well, blood. It is not going good. So, I mean, Mazraoui probably needs some time to rest, to recharge his batteries a bit, because he does look like he's worn out quite a fair bit. Lucky with the clean sheet as well, because Onana was in goal. For me, that was a big no-no for me. Onana and Højlund, both big no-nos for me, Ruben. Please, for the prolonging of potential progression for you as a Manchester United manager, if you were ever going to see the pearly gates of heaven ever again as a football club, you need to start leaving Højlund out of the team and Onana out of the team, because these guys are mistake merchants. They do not like having it simple. So, that's essentially the situation. But hey, play it more glass half full. More glass half full. The good news is we are up onto 29 points. I said that there'll be a safe point of 30 points. I think 30 points, we're essentially double the points tally of the first of the relegation teams, right? If we can surpass 30 points, if, for instance, just if, a wild if, Crystal Palace come to Old Trafford and we can pick up the 3 points there, that would move us on to 32 points. 32 points. And if Brentford, fair place to them, they ended up beating Crystal Palace at their ground. So Palace come off the back of a loss, and that's why we've moved above them up into 12th. Brentford, only 2 points in front of us. Brentford's next game is Tottenham at home. So, yeah, we're not going to overtake Brentford. Sorry, Spurs. No, I'm not sorry, really. What do we think of shit? Tottenham. What do we think of Tottenham? Shit. It's the other way around, but who cares? It still works either which way. Catching up to Fulham a little bit. It would go up to 32. Yes, we would. 32 points. So it would be one behind Fulham. Fulham play Newcastle. So Newcastle Fulham may end up holding position at 10th place. And if we're on 32 points, Brighton's next game is Forest away. So if Forest can get a result against Brighton and Fulham get a result against Newcastle, and if Brentford fail to win, that's 3. Like, Manchester United just need to beat Palace. Focus on that game. Don't think about the rest of the detail, but just think about that game. Get them 3 points. Manchester United can move up into the top half of the table. We can move up. That hits different, We can move up into the top half of the table. So next weekend, guys. Next weekend, right? Actually, would that work? No. So if we play next weekend, yeah. So we'll be right on the heels of Fulham and Brighton. So 32 points. After that, Brighton, Fulham's next games, whoever they play, that's when the table positioning can switch around. And it would give a much more brighter outlook on the team. And I think the manager as well, even if we do end up losing more games this season and it is still absolute shite, at least the manager can look positionally and say, we could be in the most unbelievably dire position on the table. We're still in a stable league position, and I think the points that we've gained today are massive, massive points for Manchester United. And yeah, hopefully onwards and upwards with the table, that we can focus a little bit more on the league form. FCSB, a draw or a win in that game will seal us through to, I think it's roundabout, literally all the way to the quarterfinals. Quarterfinals, you know. Or it's either quarterfinals or automatic qualification to round of 16. I think it's round of 16 that we go to, and we've got one game less. Actually, no, tell a lie, 2 games less. 2 games less if we can just get this FCSB result over the line, and that'll be good for us, because then there's an entire 2 weeks worth of Thursday nights that we just don't have to play. We can just kick back and relax, let everybody else play the extra games. Just focus on that. The next 2 games are huge, and actually for Man United, it's actually 3. Next 3 games are massive. Palace at home. Oh, Leicester at home in the FA Cup, so still yet again massive. And then actually Tottenham away. Do you know what? Tottenham away, absolutely shambolic team that is Manchester United. If Tottenham have not dismissed Ange Postecoglou by then I think Man United, walk out victors in that game. They have to, surely. But I feel like with Ange Postecoglou, he's going to get the sack. He's going to get the sack. He's going to. He has to. If they don't sack Ange Postecoglou, then, mate, Daniel Levy is serious about trying to destroy Tottenham. It's like, if I can't have Tottenham, then no one will. But yeah, for me, just massive 3 points next Sunday. Important midweek game, significant for our season, and then of course an opportunity to go one step further in the FA Cup. So actually, yeah, next 3 to 4 games, absolutely massive for Manchester United. The incentive is there. You won today. It was not good. It was not a good performance at all. Fulham were the better side. A luck of, a leap of faith with the shot, and create your own luck. And we walk away with 3 points. So take whatever you're given. Take whatever you are given. Anyways, let me know what you guys think about the game in the comment section down below. Don't forget to smash a like and subscribe. Wasn't on the Sunday night takeaway show tonight because there is, I think, work was tiring. I had dinner late, so I was still halfway through my dinner by the time the show started. The game was on, like a 7 o'clock kickoff on a Sunday is mental. What the fuck? And yeah, it's going to be an early start tomorrow as well. So I just think getting onto that show, it's like, I don't want to then have to sort of like leave halfway through, like only be on for a couple minutes or something. So yeah, I think let that show go on um, without me sort of um, jumping in haphazardly um, and all that stuff. But hopefully, if Manchester United aren't doing a madness, or the fixture list isn't doing a madness by sending Man United to play like 8 o'clock kickoff on a Sunday night, then we should be back for the Sunday night takeaway show next week. And I imagine I should be very much around and available for that because I'm not actually working the full Sunday hours. I'm working early and leaving early. So hopefully Sunday night takeaway show will definitely be on this channel, which I will be there for. We will be there. Stick it in your calendars. We shall be there. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Take care. And yeah, I can't say glory, glory, man. I don't really want to say glory, glory, Man United, because there's no glory at the moment. Man United.